Trevor,
Hey,
it's
Trevor.
Pete
Go ahead,
at
Pete.
AP. What did you think of your performance today? What did you think of the team's performance today? And what do you think you guys have to do to get better going forward?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's obvious we didn't play our best game. Probably played our worst game up to this point, especially offensively. And that starts with me. I think I didn't play the worst game of my career, but just didn't play great. I was pretty inaccurate at times. Missed 4 or 5 throws that I should make. Would have kept some drives alive. A couple throws I didn't necessarily miss, but just a little high. Didn't give our guys the best chance to catch them. Just ball placement wasn't great. And I'll take responsibility for that and go to work and get better. But I just think that our energy wasn't what it needed to be at the beginning of the game, and we picked it up and found a way to win and finished well. But definitely gonna have to play better down the stretch if we want to get to where we want to go. But like I said, that starts with me. I don't think I played a very good game today, and then that's pretty much it, though.
Trevor, Larry Williams here with TigerIllustrated.com. Was it the beginning of the game when you sensed that energy wasn't there, or was it maybe before that?
No, I think just some of our drives are stalling out. It's just kind of frustrating and kind of sense it a little bit. But, we just kept encouraging one another and stayed in the game and just kept trying to attack, trying to get something going. And eventually, we put together some drives. We had a good right before the half, we had a couple good drives, which was nice. But I mean, it's just every game's not going to be, everything's not going to go perfect. Guys aren't going to be, they're not going to have crazy huge plays, and sometimes you're just going to put drives together. They did a really good job defensively of keeping everything in front of them and making us, consistently play after play, put a drive together and finish. And we didn't do a great job of that in the first quarter and a half, and then as the game went on, still didn't play great, but got better, found a way to win, found some things that were working, and I think we finished well. But overall, I mean, I think we had a really good week of prep, good week of practice. It wasn't really that, but I just think, didn't play our best game today, and that's going to happen sometimes. But we'll definitely learn from it. It'll be good for us in the long run. So I think it's a good teaching moment for us.
Trevor, Rob Gilchrist, WCRS, 1450 AM, 98.5 FM in Greenwood. How would you grade your performance today, and how do you and the offense respond and improve moving forward with the rest of the season up ahead, especially another big marquee matchup against a tough BC team coming in next week?
Yeah, I honestly don't know how I grade it. I have to watch it just from feel, after the game, probably below average. I don't know what I graded, but didn't play great. But I'll go back and watch it and see, whether it was more I didn't make a great decision or just the inaccuracy. And I think it was more just being a little bit inaccurate. I think I had a few plays where I might should have gone a different way, or in the run game done some things differently. But other than that, I think I made decent decisions. They weren't bad, but they need to be more accurate for sure, and give our guys more of a chance. They're playing hard, and we're playing pretty good at receiver right now. So we just got to give them more of a chance, keep us in the game. And I think that's really it. Obviously, I'll watch it and clean up what I need to clean up, but just off the top of my head.
Trevor, this is Grace with The Athletic. Just what did you see on that pick six?
Yeah, they had it was a cover 3 look, so corners bailing, backers kind of holding the seams and buzzing to the flats, safety in the middle, and it's kind of hanging towards the boundary. And I saw Amari coming open on a seam, and just to keep him away from the safety, I tried to put it on his back shoulder a little bit and just threw it a little too wide, and just kind of an unlucky play, bounced straight to the guy. And then, I mean, that's really all it was. I think the decision to throw it was fine. Like I said, just a little, probably honestly a foot or less more inside, and we catch that 20-yard gain, or we're moving the ball. So just little things like that. This game, it'll punish you for the little things for sure. But that's off Syracuse. They did a good job holding up and just really playing sound football, keeping everything in front of them. I think they did a good job. But, yeah, that's it.
Hey, Trevor, Lawton Swan, Clemson Sports Talk. I asked Coach Elliott about, the lack of deep balls kind of early in that game. more of the intermediate routes. Was that just kind of your decision making? And do you ever think, okay, maybe I should test one downfield just to keep them honest?
Yeah, I mean, that's always part of our game plan is to have some shots. And we took a couple, didn't really connect on any. A few times, they did a good job when they played man. A lot of times they play a little bit softer catch technique, and it's hard to win on that. As a receiver, as a quarterback, both. It's hard to get a clean shot right there. So they did a good job with their technique, and then also they were just kind of sitting at depth and jumping a few routes. So they did a good job there too. I mean, it's just we didn't make the plays that were there. I missed a few throws. I should have. The one to Amari, the deep ball, didn't necessarily miss the throw, but a little bit far, had to lay out. It's a tough catch for him. So make that a little bit easier. And then Joe Ngata, he had a good release and one on his vertical. I think it was in the second half that I might have underthrew a little bit. DB got his hand in there. So those are just two examples of some shots that we took that we really could hit. So I need to be a little bit better there.
Hey, Trevor, it's Anna with Clemson 24/7. Did you anticipate throwing the ball more than 30 times in the first half? Are you kind of surprised it reached that number?
Yeah, I honestly don't really think about it too much, but just what they were doing defensively, we had some good outlets on the edges. And our receivers blocked really well today. There was a lot of yards after catch, all those things. That was something that we found was really working. Obviously we didn't play great in the first half, but that was something we had some success at. So just as a quarterback, that's an extension of the run game, and that's keeping the defense honest, making them play the whole field, and that's really important for any team to do. And I think we did it. That was probably what we did the best job of today out of everything.
Trevor, it's Pete again at AP. Is there anything about Syracuse that just kind of gets you guys? I mean, 2 years ago, obviously, it was a tight game, and Chase helped pull it out, and this was a tight game for a long time before you guys pulled it out.
No, I wouldn't say it's necessarily about Syracuse. I think they just they have a lot of confidence from. So I guess the year before I was here, 3 years ago, beating us. Then the next year, almost beating us here at home, and then last year, we pulled away similar to this year. It was, kind of similar, but every year they've played us tight, and I think that they just have a lot of confidence from that. And obviously, their record isn't great this year, but they're still a good team, and they played really hard. They were prepared. They got some good coaches, and it's just every week it's hard to win. So you gotta appreciate winning. You gotta really enjoy it. So we're gonna enjoy it, but we also know that we definitely have to play better. We got to get better, and it starts with me.
Coach Sweeney's heading to room 3. Coach Sweeney's heading to room 3 before y'all wrap it up.
Trevor, Larry Williams again. Did y'all go in thinking y'all be able to sort of dictate things more with the running game?
Yeah, I think that was a point of emphasis was trying to run the ball and get that going. And I think we ended up getting it going more in the second half. But in the first half, they did a good job of kind of kept us behind the chains. And, anyone that knows football knows it's hard as hard as a play caller, as an offensive coordinator, as hard as a quarterback, and any position, once you get behind the chains, it changes your offense, your play calling. So they did a good job of kind of pinning us back a little bit, and it made it harder for us. But still, we had some opportunities that we just missed. Whether that was a bad throw, not making a contested catch, up front, whatever it was. I just don't think we were as in sync as we've been this year.
Trevor, how much does it help you guys' confidence on offense when things aren't going well for the defense to force turnovers like they did today, particularly in the second half?
It was great. That's part of football, playing complementary football. They picked us up for sure. I think defense played really well. Had some huge turnovers. You see, that's the difference in the game. It's just 4 turnovers to our 1. And obviously that one turnover was big. It's a big 6. So put them in some bad situations. They scored 21 points. 7 of that was off a pick 6. So only gave up 14 points, and they had our backs. And there's going to be some times down the stretch where that's going to happen again, or vice versa, where we're going to have to pick them up. So we know that that's part of football, and it's nice, knowing that they got our backs and they're going to play well.
Trevor, Max Chadwick, boomer bust. You seem to always have the right amount of confidence in your arm where you have some great throws and rarely turn it over. How do you determine when to grip it and rip it and when to tuck it and run or check it down?
Just a feel thing. I mean, I've been trying to make it a priority to take care of the ball. So, but if I see a window, I'm trying to fit it in there because that's just part of what I can bring to the table. But I think that it's important to know when to do that and when not to. And there was a couple today. I'd say, honestly, the interception I think was a fine decision, like I talked about earlier. But the one should have been picked earlier in the game. We had a dig route that just threw it a little bit late and high. So that was one that probably should have just checked it down or scrambled or whatever. But I think other than that, I didn't force too many balls today.
Trevor, PJ Clark from WJPZ Syracuse. Did Syracuse do anything defensively that you weren't expecting or maybe you were surprised by?
Not really. I'd say maybe you played more catch technique like I was talking about, man coverage where they kind of sit at 8 to 10 yards and just kind of wait on you, catch the receiver. They did more of that, but as far as structurally, they were really similar to what we expected. And I think if anything, they might have played more cover 2 than we thought they would. And but I think against the cover 2, we actually had some good plays, got some positive yards. They ran cover 2 almost every play in that 2-minute drive. And we kind of just drove the ball down the field, took what they gave us, and we put together a good drive right there. But I think that's the only thing as far as structure is just more cover 2 than we might have anticipated. But we adjusted well.
1 or 2 more questions.
Trevor, you've been hyped up since you were basically a sophomore in high school. And how much attention do you pay to that hype, or do you just go out there and try to play football?
I just play football. You can only listen to so much. Like you said, I've been hearing it for years now, and I just try to be my own biggest critic, get better every week. A lot of people don't see a lot of the things I need to work on, just little things that people, in the stands and everyone else don't see. And I know I got to get better. I'm far from playing my best football, so that's just something I can look forward to, and just like I said, grinding every week to get better at all the things I need to get better at. Some of it showed this week, still not as accurate as I want to be, and that just comes from practice and getting those reps.
Trevor, Tiger Time Magazine, congrats on the win. The pass from Amari to you, the trick play, it looked like if he would have led you a little bit more, you would have seen a lot of daylight, possibly taken it to the house.
Yeah, it was open. They don't say anything bad about me when I underthrow a pass, so I'm not gonna say anything bad about him. But that's tough. He's got some guys in his face, but still got some positive yards. I think before that, I think I had negative receiving yards in my Clemson career, so maybe that helped it a little bit.
All right, that's it for Trevor. Thanks, guys.
Thank you all.